so I'm gonna try to get this out nice and quick. Our recipe for today is this. Cinnamon donut puffs from Basics to Brilliance Kids. Now, this recipe holds a special place in my heart because, see that guy over there? Please, turn to Exhibit A, Hopi. This dog, I made this recipe before. This dog ate every last one. And ever since then, I've been wanting to make them again. And now that I have, Chef Daniel is back in business. All right, so here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 2/3 of a cup of milk. You're gonna need 1 stick of butter. You're gonna need 1/3 of a cup of powdered sugar. You're gonna need 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. You're gonna need 1½ cups, 1¼ cups of all-purpose flour. And you're gonna need 1 egg, lightly beaten. So these are puffs. Let's all get this straight. So you will need some patty tins like these. If you don't have these, you can just make donut muffins, or if you have donut molds, those would work too. But these are great for donut puffs. Now, first step is preheat the oven to 350 Fahrenheit, as I have done. Now, take your flour and sift it into a large bowl. Now, sift in 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. Now, sifting your powdered sugar is optional, but I recommend if your powdered sugar has lumps in it, kind of like mine does. My goodness, look at that. Then I definitely recommend sifting it through so you get that light donut texture. This is actually what makes the donut texture. Trust me, the sifting. Whisk it together and form a small well in the middle. All right, so now, as you can see, you've got to melt the butter and add the melted butter, the egg, and the milk to a bowl, and then mix it together. Right, so now make sure you've mixed it so that there are no tiny little lumps visible. If it's still a little bit lumpy, that's fine. We'll fix that in a moment. And then whisk it together till it's all smooth and combined. Alrighty, our moment of truth has come. I recommend taking 2 spoons, 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon. Scooping the dough in so it just reaches the top like that. Not all of them have to be perfect. They can be a little bit asymmetrical. Just make sure at the end that you make sure there aren't any that are super duper big. Alright, so this is going into the oven. Short recipe, takes about 30 minutes to make, and it is so worth it when you taste the results. Alright, so now you have to bake it for 12 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. So now I have a mixture of 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar and 1 heaping half teaspoon of ground cinnamon. To just 1/2 teaspoon, but cinnamon. And mix that together to make a cinnamon coating. Also, if the cinnamon coating is having trouble sticking onto the donut puffs, you can also add in a small bowl around 50 grams of unsalted butter or salted, and use that to make it sticky. All right, These guys are out of the oven. They look absolutely fantastic. So now we are rolling them in cinnamon sugar, and we're gonna do it in time lapse. Ooh! Now to eat. Now we've got our nice plate. Hopi is looking longingly at them. None for you, buddy. None for you. You get kibble. Now, to choose the perfect one, I shall choose you. Now, these are delicious, I know from past experience, but they will be delicious for you. Now, let's check. I know they tell you not to talk with your mouth full, but this is too great. The fluffiness of the beaten egg and all of those sifted ingredients really pays off in this. All of that butter and sugar and flour, it's really good. I really recommend it to anyone. It's almost like a doughy popsicle. This is Chef Daniel signing off. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it.